control.
Ready. Hold on, little tubs.
Capital Radio.
Who little brat tubs? What kind of thing that flames? Brat tubs, take this one, sorry.
From Tubby's Studio we bring you dub-wise silhouette.
Start out, man, Tubby's a balance here.
Hold the rhythm, the Tubby.
We pay tribute. The birth of dub music came about when Tubby's operated the cutting machine for Duke Reed, and on one particular occasion the tape was running and Tubby decided to drop out the voice. It was a test cut. He did a few more and then he took them home with him. That Saturday night he played these test cuts on his sound system in a dance and the crowd went wild. The dubs would start with the voice, then the voice would drop out and then the rhythm would run, and so the dub instrumental was born. Trademark again. Producer Bunny Lee mixed and voiced many of his biggest hits at King Tubby's studio with King Tubbs on the board. And another famous Jamaican producer who also had a very good working relationship with Tubby was Harry Moody from Spanish Town, and he released 3 splendid dub conference albums. Harry Moody meets King Tubby in Dub Conference, and there, from Volume 3, Where Eagles Dare. And now crossing to another producer, Yabby U. This one's called King Tubby's Rock.
Brat tubs, take this one, sorry.
Beware, God is watching you. Beware, God is watching you.
King Tubby's Rock. It's 10 to 11. You're listening to Capital Radio as we pay tribute to the late, great King Tubby, who was shot dead on Monday morning, 10 past 1, outside his home in Kingston, Jamaica. Tubby's progress to his own studio was inevitable. He set up a hi-fi control room at 18 Drummerley Avenue in Waterhouse, and soon found that producers were coming round to listen to their tapes, so he decided to build a small mixer, and the next thing, producers were mixing their master tapes there with King Tubby himself at the controls, bending the rhythm track into an extraordinary dub extravaganza, using reverb and delayed echo to exaggerate, to chase, and to distort the various instruments and the vocals. He created a whole new style of music. His next step, of course, was to build a small voicing booth, the size of a broom cupboard, lined with egg boxes and pieces of foam, and naturally enough, artists were soon coming round to voice their songs. It became very popular, especially for specials, where sound system operators were able to record special dub plates exclusively for their sound. You could voice the special straight onto an acetate as the singer was voicing it. And, of course, some of the finest jingles here at Capital Radio on this very program that we've been using for years were recorded in that very studio with Tubby's at the controls. And then, of course, came that wonderful album, King Tubby Surrounded by the Dreads at the National Arena. Winston Edwards released it in the UK to a tremendous response. Lovely sleeve notes on the front from Carl Gale. It says, on the 26th of September 1975 at the National Arena, Kingston, Jamaica, King Tubby's sound system entertained the excited audience there to listen to the almighty live sound of the Wailers on stage and the overpowering dub music that Tubby has made world famous. Before the concert, followers of other sound systems in Jamaica, from Admiral Fate, Black Harmony and Soul Attorney, were claiming that Tubby was no longer king. Tubbs had not been playing regularly, and Hugh Roy, the live DJ, had left him for Soul Attorney. But on this particular night, Tubby proved that he's still the king, because he played from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. On this tracks are some of the raw dubs that Tubby played on that night. Here's one of them. Remember this?